take care of you.
Hey y'all, it's your PR Diva here. We are going live today for our diary spotlight, and the spotlight will be shining on Kiedra Tyson of B3 Face Forward. So while we are waiting for Kiedra to log on, I want y'all to come on in the room, and let's talk about some current events that are going on while we're waiting for Kiedra to get here. So of course, Roseanne Barr is the hot topic, and Ambien. Ambien released a statement saying that Ambien is not having that. They're not for your foolishness and your shenanigans, because Ambien does not make you a racist. So y'all going to stop that, Roseanne. Tell your PR people that they need to try another story. Then there's Drake and Pusha T. Yeah, that's deep right there. I don't even know what's going on with that. Now, for those who were feeling like his son was added on, for me, I felt like that was added on. Like he was trying to play on words there, and you know, that's my thought process. Now I see an eyeball up there. I wonder if that's Kiedra. We'll get her come on in here. Let's see. Share. I'm just sending this to folks so we can get Kiedra to come in here. All right. Let's see. Kiedra, you there? There should be a button there for you to be able to request to join so I can pull you in. Let's see. Oh, look. It says, is that your eyeball up there? Okay, all right. Do you see the button to add, to join, to request to get in? Oh man, you know, this thing. Okay, hold on. Let me finish and start it over again. The button's still not showing up? It wouldn't work for me on a computer either. I tried to do it on a computer and I had to do it on my phone. I just turned the button on. Try it from your phone one more time and see if you can do it from your phone. If not, I'll start it over again and see if we can get it that way. Okay, there you go. Yay! Okay. Okay, there you go.
Hi. This is absolutely crazy, just so you know.
You know, Facebook needs to get it together with I don't understand why it won't work on the laptop. I really don't.
And the image is clearer on the laptop, so you would prefer that too. But I have two cell phones, a laptop, and a house phone, and I try both of my cell phones. It's like my computer doesn't want me to be great, so
don't worry, because it is not just you. Believe me, trust me. Every call that I have had, I don't know. It's just something. Some people are like they can get in right away. Other people are like, I don't see the button.
They're like, look, you're biased to Instagram. You never use Facebook. We're about to make your life hard.
And then with Instagram, I can't save the video. Like I tried to save the video.
Yeah, that's the downside to it.
Right. Because I did my very first one. We had a great interview. And when it was over, I was like,
I want to keep it. Yeah.
There's no video.
And I apologize. You may see an 8-year-old pop in the video. That may happen. So
no worries. I closed the door because my dog is the same way.
My son doesn't understand doors. He's like, why would I live by this door? What, you wanted this closed for a reason? Nah, that doesn't matter. So he's on summer break now, and that's the thing.
Well, I'm so glad to have you. I'm glad we got it figured out. You're welcome. So for everyone who will be watching this is Kiedra Tyson of B3 Face Forward. So why don't you introduce yourself, tell the listeners, the followers, the watchers about who you are and about your company.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I hate that question, by the way. It's like, who am I? You're telling people about yourself. It's hard to talk about you. So background, really, our company is a PR company. It's myself and my cousin, who's my business partner, but she handles the legal and the paperwork of the aspect. She's a lawyer by trade. I'm a publicist by trade. And we focus a lot on sports, entertainment, tech, and tourism. So we work with some tourism boards, some athletes, a lot of entertainers, a lot of reality TV cast, and some small tech startups too.
Okay. And you are based in Miami?
I am now. I lived in New York for a while, did PR there. I went to college in Miami, so I moved back here last May, and it's been very, very good to me. I was like, this was the best move I think I've ever done. So very happy. Yes. Okay.
Don't we, say nothing when you see me knocking on your door, but like, hey,
and literally, my cousin and I live together. So everybody's like, y'all work together and live together. I'm like, the acronym for the company is B3, so it's BFF in the beginning. So she was like, it's the cutest acronym because we literally do everything together. We work together, we live together, we hang out together, we are always together.
I was gonna ask.
She just left and was like, I'm about to leave and come back with more people. I said, wait, what? She's like, one of my friends is in town from Virginia. They crashing on the couch. So that happens more often than not.
So yeah, because I was going to ask how you came up with the name. So okay, so BFF. All right, nice, wonderful.
To go back to, we both had our own companies. So my company was Face Forward PR. Her company was B3, which was Brains, Beauty, and Boldness. I was like, what was our acronym? So last year in May, we merged our companies together. And like I said, everything since I moved here has been really good. The concept of us working together, I thought was going to be a challenge because, again, she's my cousin and we live together. I'm like, oh, if we disagree, what's going to happen, right? But it became the point where she was asking me my opinion on business transactions that she was doing because she was focused on a lot of like transactional law for athletes and focused on a lot of brand strategy for athletes after they retire, like what to do with their money. Because they're like, oh my God, basketball has been my whole life. I don't know what to do now that I'm rich and I'm retired, and like just feeling bad about themselves. I was like, how are you the rich, depressed person? I don't understand what's happening here. I was like, what is wrong with people? Here, give me some, I'll help. So she was working on strategy for them and asking me different concepts behind PR and campaigns for clients. And then I was doing the same because we'd always be together. I'm like, hey, I got this lunch meeting with this kid that wants me to represent him. You should come and then we'll go do something afterwards. So she starts sitting in on my meetings. I started sitting in on hers. And we're like, wait, why are we not doing this together again?
Right.
So we just merged our companies together and that's how we came up with the name. But yeah.
Right. Awesome. I know that's right. Listen, if it works, you better work it.
And we joke all the time, and it's like, I swear, since we merged the companies together, business has just been falling out the sky. We're like, where did you come from? How did you find us? Who are you? Who sent you? So it's been really good. I've been extremely blessed to the point that I haven't had to do like actual outreach to get new clients. Everybody has been like, for my career, everyone has been referrals, and it makes it a little easier and a less of a quote unquote sale for them because they've already been highly recommended by somebody else, then, you know, you don't really have to sift through the mess. Granted, I get a lot of crazy emails from people that want me to listen to mixtapes and everything else, but in general, the clients that I do take on are normally the ones that are a referral.
Okay. And so this is stepping away from PR, because when I saw this on your questionnaire, I was like, wow. So under specialized talents, you play 5 instruments?
Girl, yes. So
Wow.
I had a band director in high school that was like, well, side note, I went to Normandy, which is the same high school that Mike Brown went to from the whole Mike Brown situation in Ferguson. So I
Okay.
graduated from Normandy, which is predominantly Black school. I grew up in a gated community in a little snobby area, but the way the zoning lines was, I went there. And my mom was like, you acting up, I'm not paying for private school no more, I'm about to put you in the hood school. I went and I loved it. I had all AP classes because people are always like, oh, that's such a ghetto school. I'm like, all my teachers taught college level classes. So I graduated with like 12 college credits before even stepping foot on college. So I had a band director that taught at the college level as well and was like, you know, if you can play one woodwind instrument, you can play all of them. So my first instrument was flute, and then it's an easy transition to go from flute to piccolo. And then I went to the oboe, which is, you know, the one that sounds like a duck. And then from oboe, I went to clarinet, and from clarinet, I went to sax, which flute is my baby. It's my primary. And my mom keeps me, I'm like, you come have your son play flute? No, he's a boy. He's not playing flute. So I was like, he'll play whatever he feel like playing, but I'm not going to make him play, you know? But yeah, 5 instruments.
I played clarinet.
Oh, word.
I got first chair one time. I was in middle school. Girl, them reeds got on my nerves.
I was
a
first.
bad read or cracking your read, and it's over.
Yeah. Wait, repeat that? My son's screaming. I had to move locations.
No, I said when you have a crack in your reed or a bad reed, it's over for you when you playing clarinet.
That's true. That was the hard part for me to transition from flute to like oboe, because I was like, I just kept feeling like my lips were chapped all the time when I went to oboe. I was like, this hurts, you know? So that was a hard transition, but once I got that, I was good. The school specialized in marching band, and I definitely have 2 left feet. So marching band was a struggle for me, but I'm really, really good in classical. So I always made first flute because I'm classically trained. So I was like junior symphony, all of that.
Okay.
But yeah, when it came to marching, I was like, yo, you just sit me out. I'm all good. I'll take the beat.
So it said you got your start in radio. You were interning, and then you just kept on moving on up.
Yeah. So now what is it? It's Cox Media Group. So it has the in Miami, it's like 99 Jams. In Atlanta, it's like the Dirty Boys. It's that station. So that was my first internship in radio. I was like 13. I did street team and promo.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 2 older brothers that are in the quote unquote industry. So my middle brother, he always did the promotion, marketing, and some of the management for Dirty ENT. So like Nelly's, St. Lunatics, all of them. So I was like, well, I want to do what he doing. So I tried to like do whatever he did and just jump on the bandwagon. If people would see me and they were like, oh my God, you look just like your brother, and they would give me an opportunity. He hated it. He hated it. He was like, if somebody don't get this little girl away from me, I just wanted to go everywhere he went. And he was trying to be cool. I have 2 older brothers, and we're all 5 years apart. So I'm 13, he's 18. Like, if y'all get this child away from me, I'm trying to be grown, and she's trying to pick back my life. It's funny. Like, my brothers both are now ordained ministers, and he'll call me like every month, once a month, to pray for me and talk. And he's like, I'm just so proud of you. You know, you're such a free spirit, and you just go get stuff done. I'm like, look, and to think you didn't want me tagging along earlier.
Oh, that's awesome, though. You go from street team for Nelly to ordained minister, huh?
Exactly. You know, St. Louis is not a big city. That's where I'm originally from. So a lot of people know my brother and still have a lot of love and respect for him, even though he's migrated away from the industry. So it's nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is this what you wanted to be when you grew up?
No, not at all. So, as I mentioned, I actually wanted to be an entertainment lawyer for the longest. And I can be a little combative sometimes, a little
Okay.
argumentative, you know,
Okay.
stand strong on my point. And when I was a sophomore in college, I went to college here in South Florida. I interned with Pitbull's lawyer,
Okay.
Christina. And I was like, this is never what I want to do in my life. So I believe hands-on experience is important so you can see. We hired 2 PR interns recently. We work with Florida Memorial University, which is the historically Black college here in South Florida. And the 2 interns we have coming from there, they're like, oh my gosh, I learned so much. And they've only been with us for like a month and a half. They're like, one of my interns, her first 3 weeks, she was like, I've learned more in these first 3 weeks than I have in the last year of school, because she had no idea how to craft a pitch. She had no idea how to pull media contacts, how to look for synergy and sponsorships. And she's like, this is what you do? I'm like, this is what I do. I'm officially a stalker. That's what I do.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely correct, though. You know, like all of the book knowledge is very. I think the one huge takeaway that I took from my PR classes in college was a SWOT analysis, but we don't even use those really anymore. However, like being able to line it out and write it out and seeing it on paper was like a huge takeaway. But then, like you said, when you get hands-on, it's completely different.
And even with press releases too, like I was telling them, depending on the client, like if I have to disclose financials or it's a Fortune 500 company, then yes, I'll do more press releases. Or if my client is having a big event, then yeah, I'll do press releases. But on average, I'm crafting a concise, small, nice little cute paragraph, tying it into why this matters to that journalist, getting straight to the point, like, hey, I saw 2 years ago, you mentioned him, let's set up an interview. Let's knock it out, you know? And I found that it's so much more efficient just for me with entertainment clients, because they're like, oh, this is why she's tying this in. This is why she's bothering me. Let's make it make sense, you know?
Right.
So that has been like extremely successful for me. Just like I said, with entertainment clients. Because a lot of times they're not sifting through your whole press release. They're like, what? You want to interview? Why did you just write me a book?
Right. This is true.
And then, like I said, the persistence of it too. That's what I was telling our interns, we're stalkers. I was like, man, I got to follow you on LinkedIn. I got to send you an email. I got to follow up with you and be like, hey, I saw her. I was like, all college students are so happy about holiday. I was like, I hate holidays now. It just eliminated a whole day of work for me. And now I got to wait until Tuesday to be like, hey, hope your holiday was great. By the way, I wanted to follow up with you on XYZ. And she's like, I was like, I couldn't wait till Tuesday got here.
Right, exactly. So that's a good segue into the next question of what are you currently working on?
So, couple of things. I am now helping out with the Taste of Tennis event, which is a big event. It's one in DC, it's one in New York. They do Palm Desert Springs as well as Miami. The last 2 events are the New York and DC one, July and August. And it has the top tennis players in the world present, and it also pretty much has like the top wealth in the world present of people that love tennis. So it's going to be at Trippiani's this year in New York. I'm inviting press to that, but I'm also helping them out with sponsorships too and making it make sense. So talking to some cool people there, Sprinkle Cupcakes, which is one of my favorite people ever. So working with Sprinkles on sponsorships, Hennessy, they have Citibank already as a title sponsor. Venus Williams hosts every year with DJ Madlink. So just a lot of fun events. We have that. We are doing a music conference in Dominican Republic in August 3rd through 6th. I was like, where's my life? Where am I? August 3rd through 6th. With one of my clients, Vincent Berry, who wrote Sandcastles for Beyonce. So he got a Grammy for that. Nice. He writes for Chris Brown, Tamar, clearly Beyonce, but he also has his own project. So he owns all his own masters. He's doing his thing. So because of that, we're taking that concept and teaching other people how to write songs, which would be really cool. So we're going to do Dominican Republic, Lagos, Cannes, and then the top 10 DMAs in the States too. Just super, super fun. And Vincent is just a really charismatic dude. He's one of my favorite people as well as my client. So
We
putting
have to
that
have him on. Book him for next one.
okay.
As a songwriter, yeah, we have to get him on
He
here.
literally just left with my cousin. But no, he's an amazing person, super charismatic. I just had him speak at Harvard in April. I had him speak at Florida Memorial. So, because he has a good story to tell, you know, he was homeless for a while. So I got him an interview with LA Times. So Garrick was talking about, you know, homeless to Hollywood kind of concept. He's been featured in GQ. I just had him do an interview with Forbes. So that's my boy. I give him a very hard time because he loves my cousin. So he always call her back before he called me back. And I'm like, I'm the one with your tickets for this weekend's event. You better call me. So he came over and we have like a gated security out, and I'm pulling up at the same time as them. And I was like, he's not allowed in my house.
Right.
He called me. He's like, why do you give me such a hard time? So yeah, but that's definitely my boy. I started working with the rapper Gunplay recently, who's also on Love and Hip Hop too. So I have a press run scheduled for him in New York, the 11th through the 15th, in LA, the 17th through 25th. So in New York, I have him doing some really cool stuff. He'll do Breakfast Club, which he always do, but he'll do like all hip hop. He'll do social media takeovers, complex, just, you know, make it fun. I try not to always make it the cookie cutter. Here's the questions, answer these questions. You know, I try to have them do interactions like this. Or one of my boys, his name is the Hip Hop Gamer, and he's on Hot 97. So his interview structure is they play video games and they interview at the same time. So that way it's fun for the client and everybody's happy, you know? So I try to switch it up and make them happy.
Yeah, so definitely want to keep it interactive, not boring. You just standing there like, okay, so
like, half of the time I tell them to answer questions through email. They're like, what, you wanted me to answer some questions 2 weeks later? I'm like, the deadline has passed. Making me so mad, especially like you think about hero requests and things like that, and they're like, my deadline is today at 7 and you don't answer my call, you missed it, sorry, men's health down the drain.
Right. So yeah. Right. And so you said the 17th through the 25th. So for everybody that's not aware, I know that's BET week in LA.
So we will be there the whole time. So of course he's attending the awards too. I'm trying to do some fun stuff with BET around him. They have a lot of dope gifting suites. One of my boys, Kyle, he does the morning show in Chicago for, what is it, 92.7 or whatever power. So he has the morning show. Kyle is doing a DJ gifting suite. So all the DJs that are in LA will all be invited to that DJ suite as part of BET. Okay. And if you have artists that need music broke, it's probably the place you need to be. So you need to shake hands and kiss babies and be friends with the DJs always.
Right. So, yeah. Right. So what would you tell your younger self that could help you out now, or that could have helped you during the process to get here?
Always Rome wasn't built in a day. Now you know how to think about it. I'm like, I'm now 33 and I look at myself at 23 and 20. Yo, I was a completely different person. I'm like, I don't even know who that woman was, right? So I was super impulsive and definitely like in love with immediate gratification. Like, yes, this turnaround is going to be great. I need it done tomorrow. And in PR, you realize you can pitch somebody something now that won't get picked up until 6 months later, depending on the publication, what their focus is, timing, everything, and even your client. So there was definitely some times where I jumped ship and went and got a regular job and had a 9 to 5 and was like, what am I doing here and why? This is not my life. So definitely Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to be ups and downs. You're going to have, you know, things go wrong and great times, but as long as you continue planting those seeds, it's definitely worth it. So yeah.
That's very true. I had to add that to my proposals that I would send out, because of course, you know, they have their
want it done tomorrow, and you're like, that's not realistic.
And I'm like, you know, we could pitch it, and depending on what season it is, what their
And
themes are, what's going on.
you
They
can
could
even
view your
explain it to them
article.
and they still be like, yeah, that's what's up. And then like totally not listen to anything you said. I'm like, I have to spell it out 7 times throughout conversation, throughout action plan, throughout contract, everything, because I'm like, even they have it in their head, clients, they have it in their head a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
They hire you day one, something is supposed to happen. I got to redo
Right.
your bio. I got to create
Right.
an EPK. I have to help you redesign your website. Like, you have so much cleanup in the beginning before I can even actually start my real job.
Right.
Like, let's go
Right.
there.
Right.
Especially upcoming artists or people that aren't established or don't even just understand the basic concept of how the internet works. like there's a whole thing called SEO, and you have specific keywords that you need to tie in for your life.
Right.
Let's work on this. Baby
Right.
steps. You have no photos of you that you did not take through a selfie. Let's work on that. Regular stuff. Regular stuff. You're like, yeah, I don't get it.
Oh, so it's so funny because it's so true. But what would you tell people, and that kind of goes with this question too, what would you tell people who are looking to follow in your footsteps or to get to where you are trying?
That's a good question. Throw out everything you think that our job consists of.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people have this concept, like I'll hear it all day long on my social media. Yo, you be everywhere. You up here living. What, you got a rich boyfriend to take care of you? Like whatever. By the way, I'm 100% single. Just saying. Everyone thinks like I got somebody to take care of me. I'm like, this is not what it is. They're like, well, you always out of town. I'm working. And they think, even with my family for the longest, they always thought my trips was just fun. I'm exhausted. By the time I'm done with a press run, I'm like, I need a real vacation.
Girl.
You're like, now I'm preaching to the choir. You need a real vacation when you are done.
I know it's been times where I have done like
later. My son is, are we going swimming? We will go swimming later, I promise. First thing, every day. Now that he's woken up since he's been out of school, I want to go swimming every day. I have weekend. This is not how this works.
And girl, you see my hair is short, so it's definitely not happening for me. It's got to be the end of the week before I go to the hairdresser.
I let him prime me into it. What, we went the day before because there's a pool in our complex. So we went the day before, and by the time I was there, I was completely soaked and throwing him around in the pool. So I'm like, wait, how did we get here? I was supposed to be sitting by the pool relaxing. And he's like, yeah, no, you're about this life. So apparently we're going swimming today too.
But I was going to say, I remember times where with LGBT week, because you know things start Thursday, and I have done like 36-hour days where you know you're doing all media during the day, interviews, videos, recordings, and parties at night, and you know by the time you look up, you haven't slept in 3 days.
And even I think about when I have press runs coming up, I definitely put a lot of time and energy in preparing, just because, like you said, it's time and it's everything. There's so many things that go on, and making sure. I was telling Gunplay's manager today, I was like, you have to understand, a press run is like a puzzle. So I got to take pieces out and move pieces around and everything. And he's like, well, what about this and what about that? I was like, I am trying to craft this puzzle and put it together. Because swim later. Because now I have these random pockets from 2 to 4 on a Thursday and 12 to 1 on a Monday. And I'm like, okay, what can I fill in these slots? What makes sense? Who's available during these times? It's crazy. And I told him today, I was like, yo, I swear you wake up and be like, I want to go to the moon. Do you think you can get Gunplay a booking on the moon? And I'm like, that's not what I do.
That is funny.
Can you wait? Mommy's on the call, but we will go swimming, I promise. He just brought me his swim trunks.
Girl, he's a future
my life is not my own.
Swimming is what I want.
He brought me his swim trunks and his swim shirt.
Girl, he's like, look, I'm ready to go. So
he is not playing with me today. Oh, that's hilarious.
So have you done everything that you want to do so far?
Not even. We do some international business, which is really nice. I have a really cool mentor. His name is Marcus Glover. Marcus was part of the Glue agency and really my true start in the industry. Because we did projects for Lil Wayne, we did the Do Weezy campaign, we did the Lil Wayne and Mountain Dew campaign, the America's
Mhm.
Most Wanted, some stuff with Nicki, some stuff with Drake. So really, really good, like my true understanding of what the industry is and how things move.
Mhm.
So working with him on those things kind of opened my eyes. And I'll never forget, as long as I live, Marcus told me, he's like, I don't understand why you always fighting over peanuts in the States when there's a whole world out there of revenue to get. He's like, what are you doing? And
Wow.
he's like, yeah, yeah. And every time I meet, like, he lives in New York, I meet with him all the time. Anytime I'm in New York, he's like, are you still fighting over rappers? Like, he'll say that to me. I'm like, no. He's like, I'm just curious because, I'm doing projects in Grand Cayman. I'm doing projects in Beijing. And I'd really like you to be
Wow.
included in those. And just give me
Wow.
that look like, please get your life together kind of thing.
Right.
I'm
Like
like,
you playing.
and those projects they take forever to close. But when they do close, that's a good day. It's a really, really good day. So the Cliff Notes version of that answer for you is definitely more international business.
Okay. Okay. What is taboo in our industry? I don't want to, because it's more than just PR, especially for publicists, because we do a bunch of everything. We are publicists, we are managers, we tend to tiptoe on the line with marketing sometimes because we don't understand the difference. So,
Yes.
what do you think is taboo in your industry?
Mm, well, like you said, we do. I act as a manager a lot of times when I don't even try to. The one thing, okay, so when I think of taboo, I always think of like things you shouldn't do, right? Or like, yeah. So I ran into this with one of now my good girlfriends that's also a publicist. We were both working with the same client and didn't know it.
Wow.
And it's exactly. So she was running around, she was working with me, and then my homegirl, who wasn't my friend at the time, we didn't know each other at the time, she started working with her as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's based in Atlanta. I was based in New York at the time. And we kind of was stepping on each other's toes and didn't even know what was happening or why. So I would reach out to pitch her for something, and they're like, oh, well, I just talked to such and such at this agency who's a real publicist. Something you don't do. It's just something you don't do at all. So that to me is quote unquote taboo. I always believe in sharing opportunities with people. And even like, I'll use my homeboy Lamont, for example. Lamont represents Prince on Love and Hip Hop, and I have Bobby Lights on Love and Hip Hop. Prince and Bobby are always together. So my cousin and I joke and say Prince is our step client because he's always with Bobby and he's always with us. So we're
Okay.
like, yeah, he's our step client. I would never present an opportunity for Prince until I talk to Lamont, just because Lamont is his publicist. So,
Right.
and Lamont does the same thing with me. He'll call me and be like, hey, I'm going to have Prince do XYZ. You want me to add Bobby to it?
Mm-hmm.
And that is only fair and right. So you
Right.
at least know what is going on with your client, you
Right.
know? And yes,
Absolutely.
I'm 100% appreciative, and he's the same way with me on opportunities that we can have them do. We were all hanging out in LA for All-Star Weekend. Lamont wasn't there yet. I had Bobby doing an interview. Lamont apparently had Prince doing the interview the next day with the same lady. Didn't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on the phone with Lamont. He's like, well, just have Prince do the interview since you're all sitting at the table. I was like, that makes sense, right? So we were at lunch. So things like that.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our watchers? Anything else that I didn't cover in my questions?
That's a tricky. If
Well,
there's
look, your
anything else
answer
important.
was you already said it, but here you said I am a single mom.
Right. Single.
So
No,
we let y'all know she
definitely
is
single mom. I
single.
mean, you guys heard my son running around talking about some swimming. So that is pretty much my world. Really cool. Like I say, he's out of school right now. My son is considered autistic, high functioning autistic. So that's why he's going to say we going swimming until the end of the day, until he actually gets to go swimming, because it is embedded in his head that we going swimming. So some little things that I'm super passionate about for sure would be like Easter Seal is a really good program that focuses on autism, and then Autism Speaks. So even with my clients, everybody always has something going on in life that's life. So they have their own hangups, their own issues. Like Bobby, for example, is an openly gay rapper. So he gets trolled on Instagram all the time about the fact that he's gay. Like that's a thing in 2018. It's an actual topic. People care. Okay. So because of him getting trolled, anti-bullying is important to him, or being an advocate for the LGBT community. And like I said, autism is one that is personal to me just because my son has autism. And I think the new ratio was like 1 out of 6 African-American boys have autism now. It is definitely an epidemic that is big. Yeah. It's a real big epidemic. So I'm like, it's the concept of understanding more than anything. Like people see him and they're like, oh, he's such a cute kid. And he'll speak and they want to have a full-blown conversation. I'm like, he's not gonna have a whole conversation. I'll make him speak. I'll make him tell you good morning, thank you, please, the things that he needs to say. But after that, he's not gonna have a whole blown out conversation with you. So, yeah, no. But my mom is so funny. My mom is definitely one of my best friends now. And she keeps him a lot because I have to travel so much. And like when we found out he was diagnosed with autism and her being there, she's not a people person. Gorgeous woman, super attractive, poised, like classy. Like she gets compared to Diane Carroll a lot. So very like poised. Yeah, I love my mama.
Very ladylike, regal, and okay.
Yeah, she hang out in the Hamptons. She wear Kate Spade. Like she's that lady. So my mom is not a people person, and she's like, so researching autism. She goes, I think I have autism. I don't like people either. I fell out laughing. I was like, you do act autistic sometimes. She'll pick people's coats up like during Christmas and start walking up to the door and be like, thanks for coming. It's been great seeing you. I'm like, yeah, you may have autism.
That's
so yeah, funny. That would be it.
Well, let everyone know how to find you, how to reach you. I know, just to cover this, your final thought, you did say, I try to be an open book. I love working with other publicists, building, inventing, because no one really gets what we do, whiwhich is, girl, if one more person says, somebody told me I need a publicist, but I don't know what y'all do.
I've heard that, and you know what? Sometimes even when people will say that and you listen to what they have going on and you be like, you really need a marketing manager, not a publicist, right? But like you said, we wear so many hats, it becomes one. And a lot of people in the quote unquote industry don't understand the concept behind a marketing manager, a brand manager, a publicist, and these people being different people. They're like, I don't need no brand manager. I need a publicist. Cool, fine. Let's just put it all together because you won't understand. And then if you have multiple people in your company or your agency, you can kind of delegate those responsibilities for people. But yeah, some people really just need a marketing manager and they don't know, but it's okay. I'm here for it. Like I said, they don't know what we do at all.
We got you.
And same thing, I have just like, I'm pretty sure everybody in our group, I have media contacts. I'm sure you guys do too. There's events that we're having that I'm more than happy to have other people come and help out and vice versa. So yeah, I'm all about the sisterhood of PR. So I'm about that life.
So tell them how to reach you.
You can reach me. You can, of course, add me on Facebook. So it's Kiedra Tyson. Side note, I was married before. That's long gone. Bye. And also Instagram and Twitter at Kiedra, Kiedra 24.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You better take that baby swimming. I appreciate you.
Right now.
Girl, I know how being a mom, a businesswoman, and all of it, our time, girl, we got to piece it together when we get some free moments. So I definitely appreciate
I'm working at 2 a.m. And normally, you know, with him being in school, I can do the bulk of my things in the daytime. But like I said, this week there's no camp. He starts camp again on the 11th. So I had our interns here like, all right, this is how you craft a pitch. These are the things that we're going to be working on today because I need you on top of this. And my cousin is awesome. I love her to death. Anytime I can't be present for a meeting, she's there and vice versa. Because she runs track professionally, so she has certain events and obligations that she has to be at, and vice versa. Sometimes I'm like, look, I'm going to my son's field trip. I'm not going to be there. So that is one of the things I do love about being a publicist and working for me is I can do things that he's passionate about or wants to do too and not miss aspects of his life. So, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, I will be adding all of this to all the Diary of a PR Diva social media sites. It will also be on the website and on YouTube for everybody to watch it. So thank you. This is Kiedra Tyson of B3 BFF Facebook.
Yeah.
And
this was awesome and a lot of fun.
Thank you. I'm so happy. I'm so trying to, like I said, we're going to get this live together. I don't know why people have such an issue.
Shout out to Facebook. Come through with the win on the live.
Man, we're going to have to. So listen, I need you to draft a press release. No, not even a press release. I need a bullet pointed media alert for Instagram because they need to understand that we should be able to save our lives.
Yep, that's 100% true. Yeah, you can't even repost it or anything. I'm like, I was trying to get the apps because I manage multiple pages. So if I see somebody's story that looks interesting that I want to revert back to, I send it to one of my other pages so I can go look at it. That's the only way I can think to do it right now. I'm like, yep. I'll send it to my business page, to one of my clients' page. They'd be like, did you mean to send me this? Don't even worry about it. I'll look at it later.
I'm going to need Instagram to get it together.
Exactly.
Well,
man, this all of that.
Right. Well, you have a good one. Enjoy the pool.
Thank you. I'll talk to you
You're
later.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye.